Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another one of my album reviews. My name is Christian Eschbach, and it's been almost 100 reviews since we've talked AC/DC. So let's talk AC/DC. Let There Be Rock. I got mixed feelings about this album. In one hand, it has one of AC/DC's absolutely greatest songs. A couple of their popular songs, and a few songs that make you go, why are those here? Alright, I'm just gonna go straight into this one. I actually had to go back and listen to two songs on this album because I, for the life of me, did not remember the songs at all, which includes the title track, Go Down. Tells you how much of an impression it left on me. It opens up the album, lets you know it's an AC/DC album right away. The thing is that Go Down really sounds like it's a leftover track from, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking the North American releases. Either Dirty Deeds or the High Voltage album. It sounds like it's a track that may have been left over from those days that they finally got around to recording, reworking, stuff like that. I'm sure that's not the case. I'm sure it's more of this was the beginning of AC/DC releasing the same album over and over again. We all know that joke. But yeah, that's how the album kicks off. It's a good tune. I mean, it really does give the energy needed to get this album going. But I mean, nothing new or special. Then you get to Dog Eat Dog. This one's one of those tracks that comes in and out of the set list over the years. And when it is part of the set list, it always kind of confuses me a little bit because I know it's a song that a lot of AC/DC fans enjoy, a lot of AC/DC fans like, but it's not a song that I've ever heard anybody say is an absolute must for them with AC/DC. Then we go into the album's title track. This is one of those songs that works great when you see the band live. The energy of watching the band perform this song live is really cool. Listening to it on the album, listening to live versions of it, just does nothing for me. It really doesn't. It's an overextended AC/DC blues jam, kind of, sort of. That's the best way I know how to put it. It's a song that was definitely developed to be played live. But that's it. You know, and I know there's a lot of AC/DC fans that are going to be right now going, oh, click, turn this off. I get it. From there we go into Bad Boy Boogie. Okay, another song that I'm always kind of surprised when it gets thrown into the set list, because I've never known anybody to really say, hey, it's an AC/DC song I want to hear. But it's a good tune. It's not a bad tune at all. From there we go into Problem Child. This is honestly the first song on this album that I really kind of dig into. And even then, because of how many times I've heard this song and listened to this song on other albums, stuff like that, it doesn't do much for me here. I know a lot of people were really into this song, and I get it too. Then we get to Overdose. That was the other song I had to go back and re-listen to because I really, for the life of me, didn't remember it. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. Yet another song that always surprises me when it ends up on a set list. Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. It is what it is. You know, it's just another track on this album as far as I'm concerned. Then we get to the only song off of this album I actually truly love and enjoy, which is A Whole Lot of Rosie, which closes out this album. And as far as I'm concerned, they put the best song on this album at the very end to close it out. I only own this album because, well, I own the complete AC/DC collection, so, you know, you got to own them all, right? I'll be honest, I don't remember if this was my album or if this was Tracy's album, because when we got together, we merged our AC/DC collections together. There were some albums I didn't have, some albums she didn't have. There was a lot of albums we had multiples of, but, you know, in some cases she had all the remasters, I had the older versions. This is from the remasters. The sound quality on the remasters is beautiful. These are the remasters from the early 2000s. This I released under Epic. It's fantastic. I highly recommend the remasters to anybody. When it comes to the Bon Scott era of AC/DC, which I am of the, yes, it was the smallest era, but it was the better era. When it comes to I love Brian Johnson, don't get me wrong. Brian Johnson is the man. But Bon Scott was the man before the man. When it comes to the Bon Scott era, there's two albums I'm not fond of. Let There Be Rock is one of them, and the next album I cover in my next review is going to be the other one that I'm not overly fond of. And it's really funny because these are the two albums that everybody says that this is when Bon Scott came into his own as a vocalist and kind of helped push the band ahead, which I do agree with. And I do think that when they hit the Highway to Hell album, it is peak AC/DC, but they trudged through a couple albums to get there first. Anyways, folks, those are my thoughts, my views, my opinions. Let me know what you think. That is what the comment section is for. Feel free to go ahead and roast me on this, because I know there's a lot of people that love a lot of these songs, which is why they do honestly get into set lists. But most of this album just doesn't work for me. So this is where you can blast me. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications. There is a link that will take you to Patreon below. Peace, love, take care.